to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now, let's go, baby! And welcome back, everybody, to Great Talk and Entertainment, and we're on episode 4, spoiler review, of course, for season 3 of the Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. So, again, this is a spoiler, so if you have not seen the show, pause this, hit me a thumbs up to help this channel grow. I truly appreciate this. Go watch The Mandalorian season 3, come back, and then check out my spoiler review, of course, and let me know what you think. So, you've been warned, let's get it. Episode 4 shows all the young Mandalorians training, getting ready to battle and just to live the way of the Mandalorian way. As Din Djarin has decided to take Grogu and start his training. At first, he was not doing so well, but he got good, and Din Djarin told him, don't hold back, and Grogu jumps back and forth, shoots the kid, and wins with 3 shots. And we see a giant bird who takes a young boy who is actually Paz Vizsla's son and all the way to a giant nest. And now they all have to get together and to save the young boy. They could not use jets because Bo-Katan explains that the giant, they're called raptors, which is just birds of prey. They can hear it. They'll hear the jet, fuel. So, I think just want to point that out. I think that's really cool that they finally, like most TV shows and movies, jets are always perfect, but I thought this was very logical and common sense to use in the Star Wars show, and I think that was really cool. And obviously, she becomes the leader of this party, and she recognizes this, which we start seeing like a small seed planted that Bo-Katan is showing leadership. Seems like the other Mandalorians are already accepting her as a natural leader and already want to follow her like they do for the armor. And so she gets to sit and eat alone, but by the fire, so she can remove her helmet while everybody else kind of scatters away so you can't see everybody's identity, because that is the way of the Mandalorian. So then we get a full action pack of just trying to save this boy from the giant bird, aka a raptor. And we see the big struggle, the giant struggle. They're flying around, they're trying to catch this, but this giant raptor just flying around with the boy. And we see the little baby raptors, getting ready to eat this. It's kind of like a bird trying to eat the worm, but the boy was the worm. And at the end, a giant reptile scale ate the bird or raptor, and we just see that, and it was really cool just to see, and it was kind of funny too. It was kind of like a Jurassic Park type action movie right there, so I thought that was cool. But before that, we get a little side story of the armor and Grogu's interaction, just interacting with each other, and she is explaining the forge to him, and she's making Grogu another metal piece to his, or another metal plate to his armor. It's Grogu always got one like first layer armor from his the Mandalorian, and now he gets like a second place. It's just a metal plate. I forgot the symbol on it, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the Mythosaurus. And I think that was really cool because we're seeing Grogu become something. And again, I still don't believe he's going to become like a Mandalorian, but I could be wrong. But in that, the armor was explaining to Grogu that, hey, while you're going through this is going to expose weakness. And the weakness was for Grogu is just him hearing that metal, just the metal hammer clanging on other metal. you get a little flashback of the Order 66. And we get to see just, the Clone Wars attacking all the Jedis. And Order 66 is the story when Anakin finally turns evil to the dark Sith. Basically, he joins the dark side. And this is where all, like, the young Jedis, get murdered. And it shows who saved Grogu. And it was on Kelleran Beck saves Grogu. And he is played by the actor Amin Best, who played the one and only, I would say, fan favorite Star Wars character, where you hate him or love him, Jar Jar Binks. And during that, like I said, that this was all being explained during the Forge. So this was kind of like them saying this is Grogu's weakness, seeing the horrible things that happen in Order 66, which just takes us back to the Star Wars prequels, basically. And, wow, they're really, really trying hard to bring the prequels in and make them, and they are important, but I think a lot of people just don't like them back in the day. But now I think, again, we can all just really appreciate the Star Wars prequels for what they are, because they did have a lot of good and really great story in the movie. So I'm not hating on it, and you should not either. But as we see that, we also get to see other things like Bo-Katan grow, and she starts realizing what this is, and I think we're gonna see amazing things there. So really great episode, really fun. I thought it was really fun just to see a typical Mandalorian day when they're all together, and stuff like this must happen. So it's really cool to me. So let's get into the first topic. Let's talk about Grogu. So he's very skilled already. Now, the only thing I see that they're doing, and they maybe did this on purpose because they don't want to give too much, but as far as I can see now, that's the only trick Grogu can do is the Force, and just be able to jump over, and obviously he uses the Force to jump that high. Now, the other young Mandalorians could catch on and kind of just say, okay, when he jumps, I'll just shoot him in midair, bang bang, right? But I think this show is gonna show Grogu fail and then learn from it and then get better at it, type thing. So you may see him fall, but he will rise up and get better. So I definitely like how they're doing this. So yes, he got this one, but I think the second time around, he's gonna lose. He's gonna fail the next training challenge, basically, and that's what I think when it comes to that. So really, it just shows a small glimpse of it. Nothing really much to say about that. I really also just like to talk about with Grogu is I like how him and the armor, they're just interacting with each other, and it just seems like the Mandalorian cult group community has really taken a liking to him, and they all see this great potential that Grogu has. So that's very interesting to see that so far in episode 4. So, and we're not even close to like the final episode. So I think that's very interesting. So I think we'll have the true answer and true direction to start expecting to see where Grogu's going very soon. I think that's how I'm getting perceived on this particular episode. So, and then let's go to the next question. How many Jedis know about Grogu? Well, so all these years, we just assumed that Order 66, a lot of the Jedis were killed. And a lot of the Jedis turned to the dark side. And, so we know that Keller knew. Maybe does Yoda? Maybe I would assume like Yoda would have known, and I don't think Osana would have known. I don't think she knew. Now, where was he going? Like, I would believe it would be like Naboo or Tatooine or somewhere. I think he was hiding out, but it's just how he got to where he was at in season 1 of The Mandalorian. It wasn't really cleared, but little by little, they show a glimpse of that, of how he got there. And obviously, he's been in different, like these floating egg things. So he's got different egg crates. So he's been around, and I think Grogu witnessed more things. I think he's very traumatized, obviously, from this. So that's why they have that. I think that's why they put that scene in the forge and said, "Man, this is going to expose your weakness." So he is because if you look in the Jedi way, you can't be attached. To be a Jedi, you can't be attached to things. But technically, he's attached to what he saw in the Jedi. So that's what I'm thinking. So this would kind of interrupt his feelings. So I'm not really sure. And obviously, he's attached to the Mandalorian, and I think that's one of the things. So it's going to be very interesting. But it seems like there's more people, more Jedi. It seems like there's a good handful of chunks of Jedis that have survived Order 66. So, I think that's cool. So, how many have they died? I would say 50-50. Like 50% of them died, and then 50% of them survived. That's the only thing I can think of, honestly. Like, I don't know if Obi-Wan Kenobi knew. I don't know if Anakin knew about Baby Grogu. Like, I'm not sure. This is it's a really wide open story that's finally kind of being told and explained in a way. So, very interesting. Uh, let's talk about Keller Beck. Again, I'm really happy for this actor. You know, playing Jar Jar Binks. You know, back in the day, that was like maybe he doubted that, but I mean, he killed the role. And usually, Star Wars cast really good actors. So, I mean, say what you want about the Jar Jar Binks character, but he brought that character to life, and it made it very memorable, where people still talk about that character today. And I mean, there was fan theories about him being Kylo Ren. So it, you, you, that actor, Amon Beth, did his thing. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that this character is canon. I know it was on like a YouTube show, like a game show where he played a Jedi that hosted a game show type thing, and whatever it may be, he did his thing. So it's really cool that he's finally canon. This character is actually canon in the Star Wars universe. So, and that, like I said, that actor has been in different characters in Star Wars. Like, again, like these are like Jar Jar Binks is just a CGI character. So, you know, like Groot, like Vin Diesel's Groot. It all makes sense. So, let's talk about these raptors. So they're just flying birds. They're basically like dinosaurs, pterodactyls, right? And now they're getting trained. Now, this is what I think. I think this is one way to put Boba Fett. Like, if you watch like the Boba Fett series, The Mandalorian, Din Djarin, or Din Djarin, he got to appear and have a few episodes of there. So I think it's Boba Fett's turn to have a couple chapters in season 3 of The Mandalorian, and because Boba Fett knows how to train like creatures like those and tame them and be able to, you know, ride them like a horse or whatever, or you know, wherever it may be. But he knows how to do it. So I think this is an opportunity for Boba Fett to appear in season 3. That's what I think on that. And honestly, that's pretty cool. I mean, again, we're seeing a rebirth of the Mandalorian society cult type thing. So, let's talk about Bo Bo-Katan, I mean. First of all, they're showing her being a leader. Uh, she's definitely plotting for that dark saber, and the reason why is because they're, like I said, the other Mandalorians have already naturally want to follow her and trust her instincts. I mean, if you just have, I mean, he's got like, she's got like two now, Pad Vizsla and Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, the Mando, like they got her back now, and it seems like the armor has taken a liking to her because she with all these riddles, it seems like she trusts her in some ways or naturally, I don't know, but it just seems like she's gonna become a leader, and this is kind of boosting her confidence up to challenge the Mando for that dark saber again. And I think that's still a thing that's gonna happen. And like I said, now she has the symbol of the night owl, and now she represents the Mythosaurus. And she even asked the armor, like, "Hey, I saw," and then she don't. The armor, it seems like she don't believe her or don't care if she really did see one, because again, it's a rare creature you just don't see, and so it's gonna be very interesting. But I think now, the armor, she's gonna be like the preach, the spiritual one. But Bo Katan is gonna be like the leader, the general, the one that's gonna take action. So that's what I think. And definitely we're seeing a lot of character growth with that character. So that's pretty awesome. So definitely a great episode, and like I said, one of my main theories is I think this is all leading up for Bo Katan to win back that dark saber. Like, I really don't think the Mandalorian, I don't think he is going to be able to. He struggles using it, and she just uses it like naturally. So I think the challenge should be coming up. That's what I would think. So again, that's just my review. If I had to give this episode 1 out of 10, I'm definitely giving it 10. It was a great episode, just being it. Really fun to watch. Great. Really excited to see what's going to happen next. And just seeing, like, the flashback of Grogu's, like, Order 66 event is really cool to watch and interesting to see and uncover and unveil or whatever. But definitely cool. So I can't wait. So thank you so much for listening to my review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Please subscribe. Hit that notification button where you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you and peace